Well, hello, my YouTube family. Is it really Monday again? Of course it's really Monday again, Nancy. Why even ask? It was a gray, rainy, then it stopped raining, then it drizzled, then it stopped drizzling, then it spritzed, then it stopped spritzing, and then it just remained gray all day. Kind of a day. That's the day we had for Monday, which matched my mood precisely because let me tell you people, there is a Netflix four-parter out. I'm sure everybody's well aware of it by now, but I watched it over the weekend. When They See Us, it was about the 5 young boys who went to prison for the jogger in Central Park who got raped and beat up. He did a job on her. Only for the guy to come out, back in 2012 or something? Well, he came out and confessed. Meanwhile, these boys spent like 14 or 15 years in jail. When I tell you, just part 1 was difficult to get through. When I tell you, it made me so squirmish that I almost couldn't watch the rest of the first part. Each part is like an hour and 10, hour and 7 minutes, or an hour. I think the last part 4, is like an hour and 15 or hour and 15. It's the longest. I watched part 1, I think, on Friday night because I had heard about it, and I really was interested. And I kept hearing that it's difficult to watch, and I'm thinking, well, it's not a scary movie. To me, anything that's scary is difficult for me because I don't do scary. So I said, well, I already know the story. I was around when the story came out, and Ava DuVernay, I think her name is DuVernay, not DuVernay, directed this piece of art. And if you don't feel something within these 4 parts, then you're not human. The first part for me was the most difficult part to get through. It was difficult. So I watched part 1 Friday night, and I couldn't get through any other part. I said, how am I going to get through the other parts? I really don't even know if I can finish watching this. It took me Saturday and Sunday to finish watching it, because with each part that I finished, I had to take a minute. It is that deep and that intense, people. It's called When They See Us. Netflix. Some of you are rather young because this happened in 1989. So I was out of college and everything. So yeah, so I was around when this happened. And it's very interesting to watch because it just goes to show you how corrupt the police department can be. And some police departments still are. But when somebody has an agenda, like this female prosecutor, I'm not going to name her name. I don't need to give her any kind of attention. Well, her comeuppance is coming now. Yeah. Coming home to roost, my friend. Excuse me. I'm sure you've already heard about, publishers want to drop her and book because she's now an author. Yeah, well, you've stood on the heads of these kids for far too long. It's time for you to go. So after this came out, she started to get some slack, some serious slack, because now we're in the world of internet. We can hunt you down and basically prosecute you online. We don't even really need the law. You weren't using the law when you prosecuted these 4 boys, innocent boys, by the way. 5? Were they 5 innocent boys? 5 of them. Yeah, because they called them the Central Park 5. These 5 boys. And the one who spent the most time in prison, he wasn't even supposed to be around them. He went to jail because he was assisting a friend of his. Y'all need to see this, because if you haven't seen it, it is intense, and you need a strong backbone, strong stomach. Not that it's going to make you physically ill. Well, it might. So for some of you, it might. But I'm not saying that there are like pictures or parts that are going to make you physically ill. It's just the intensity of this story, of how these boys got railroaded to prison and what happened to them in prison. Okay, so this weekend was, I can't really say a good weekend. It haunts me still. I watched the last part yesterday, but yesterday early afternoon. I wanted to do it early so I could shake it off. It's hard to shake off. It's still haunting me a little bit. I need to watch something else because there's like nothing on television now. Everything is on hiatus. Everything is on season finale and all of that. So there's really nothing, unless I watch, my DVDs. Excuse me. But, other than that, I need to maybe check something else out on Netflix. Something that'll make me laugh, something that'll make me feel good. Because I need to shake this off. The way this movie was made, I mean, somebody just needs to give Ava just a special Oscar. Okay, just give her an Oscar and just be done with it. Or an Emmy. Just be done with it. Just give it to her and just be done with it. Because this woman is brilliant. Anyway, let us get on with lips of the day. Okay? Lips of the day. Let us start off with the liner. The liner is my Myrtillo, my famous Myrtillo. I love this liner. I love this liner so much. It's a Rimmel, and the name of the shade is called Myrtillo lined. And the lipstick matches it perfectly. And I never thought I would have a lipstick that would match this lip liner. But there it is. And Michelle, Pretty Silly Girls, it's one of the lipsticks that you gave me. This is an LA Colors. It's called LA Colors Shiny. On the shine. It's a nice sheen, but it's not really a shine. However, that's what it's called. LA Colors Shiny. And this is in the shade Skinny Dip. The printing is far too small. You won't really be able to see it. But it's called Skinny Dip by LA Colors. And this is what Skinny Dip looks like. That is Skinny Dip. It's like a brick shade. Half brown, half reddish kind of a thing. I like it. I was kind of surprised to wear it this morning. I don't know why. It was just kind of sticking out, and I'm like, oh, I've got a new lipstick that I need to show. So there you go. So thank you, Michelle. Pay attention, Lloyd, if you're watching with Michelle. I'm just saying. So there it is. LA Colors Shiny Lipstick in Skinny Dip. So that's basically it in a nutshell, people. Today, karma. Alpha covers me on Mondays. And so, I guess our supervisor told her that she had something to do at the front desk. her and somebody else in the HR department had something to do at the front desk. So I was going to lunch. So she was coming out, and I said, "Is it okay if I go?" And she goes, "Yeah. Supervisor told us that we had to do something." And I said, "Oh, okay." So, she tends to be very, when it's time for her to go or whatever, when she has to leave the office, she's like, "Bye, girls," and she's very catty. So I did the same thing to her. And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, bye, girls. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you for covering for me." And I heard her say, "Oh, it doesn't matter because you're going to have to do the rest anyway." And I just kept it moving. I pretended that I didn't hear her, but I did hear her. So I had my lunch, blah, blah, blah. Came back at 5 minutes to 5. Because I was waiting all that time. When I came back from lunch, I was waiting all that time to do whatever she said that I had to do. At 5 minutes to 5, here she comes. But my supervisor must have told her that she had to do it. So I see her doing it, and I'm packing up. I'm getting ready to go. And I'm thinking to myself, Karma, you just thought everything was just going to fall right on my lap. It bounced right back on you. I'm not saying a word. At 5 o'clock, she was still doing what she had to do. I was out the door. Bye-bye. Yeah. Apparently, there was a lot going on today. Apparently, the president of our company wrote to, I think, my supervisor, who in turn shared the email with us. I think this is why my supervisor is such a piece of work, because her numbers for the branch that we're in are subpar at best. And we are not where we're supposed to be, percentage-wise. And the email that she shared with us, Mr. President is not happy. So they're changing things up to make things, I'm not going to say easier for the aides, because this all has to do with the aides. They have a certain responsibility to bring in these timesheets, as well as clocking in and clocking out with their phones when they're taking care of their patients. And some of these aides just don't seem to care. But you have to care, because the responsibility falls on your shoulders, because if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not going to get paid. It's just going to be as simple as that. So timesheets used to be due on Mondays at 12 o'clock. Like 12 o'clock was the cutoff. Anything like 12:01, your timesheet was for the next week. You weren't going to get paid for that week. Today, my supervisor sends out an email to not just me, but to everybody. You need to let the aides know that from now on, their timesheets have to be due by 10 o'clock in the morning on Mondays. So every single time somebody, because she called me, but see, she didn't have to call me, because I kept saying it loud enough that I know in her office, she heard me constantly saying to the aides, you have to bring in your timesheets from at 10 o'clock now. You have to bring in. I know she heard me, but she called me anyway. You have to let them know. And I said, oh, yes, I've been doing that. I've been letting them know that the time is no longer at 12, it's at 10. Okay, Nancy, thank you very much. I said, oh, okay. I know, bitch, you heard me. I know you did, because my voice carries. I was a drama major, okay? The last row has to hear you whisper, all right? So I'm telling every single person that comes in, your timesheets have to be. She sends out another general email to everybody. I really didn't have to be involved in this email, but I'm glad I'm on the email. just so I know what's going on. Somebody in the HR department has to send out like a blast email to all the aides to let them know about this new situation. You know, some of them are going to come in next week. Well, I don't understand why I didn't get paid, and I didn't know anything about. You didn't know anything about. I told every single person that walked in the door, and I know the familiar faces by now. I may not remember their names for nothing, but I know their familiar faces. Nobody needs to come up to me talk about, well, you didn't tell me. Yes, I did. And you got a blasted email. So you can't say you didn't know about the information. I'm telling you right now, people. I'm telling you right now. Next Monday, you may see me. Next Monday, you may not. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. And y'all know what I mean. Because I don't need to get caught up in all of that. I'm doing my part. But when they don't get paid, well, the receptionist didn't. No, the receptionist bullshit. Yeah, no. You're not going to drop this on the receptionist's neck. No can do. Okay? Because I know my supervisor heard me tell every single person that was coming in. I know she did. And you got everybody, every single person that's an aide, somebody in the HR department has all of the email addresses. They sent out information letting you know that the time has been changed from 12 p.m. to 10 a.m. So I don't want to hear it. I don't, because I started to tell them today, and rumblings abound. I don't want to. I don't. I can already see the drama that's going to happen next week. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll be. Oh, I got a call in sick. So I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, oh well. So that's basically it in a nutshell, people. Changes every single day. There are changes every single day. And why did I walk into the office and the office door was locked? So a bunch of us are standing out in the hallway and we're like, why is the door locked? I said, that's a very good question. Why is the door locked? I clocked in a minute late. So I'm supposed to be clocking in at 8:15. I clocked in at 8:16. I would have been on time had the damn door been opened, like it always is every morning. Who the hell locked the door? You know what? Monday is over now. It's over. It's behind me. Moving on. Onward and upward. So there you have it. This is the Lips of the Day shade. Skinny Dip is the name of the shade. And it's by LA Colors. And that's it. That's it. That's all. I don't know what I'll be watching, if I'm going to be watching anything from Netflix tonight, if I'm going to be doing anything on the TV tonight. I do not know. All I know is my last episode of Billions season finale, not the series finale. Season finale was last night. It was all right. But I see tragedy up ahead, honey. I see this show is something else. This show is something else. That is all I have to say about that. And that is that. With that, upon that. All right, people. If anybody has seen When You See Us, please let's have a discussion on the bottom. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me know how you felt. If you finished watching it, let me know if you're going to watch it, if it interests you in any kind. Just let me know, okay? Because this is a part of New York City history. What can we say? It's not cute. It's not fun. It's an ugly side. And when Donald Trump took out a full page ad, wanting these kids to get the electric chair, he wanted to crucify them. This SOB is now the president of the United States, and this is coming out now. I really would like to know what he has to say. You know what? I take that back. Nothing he says interests me in the least. Because you could show him the tape, because there's like a piece where somebody's watching him on television saying that these boys need to be crucified and they need the electric chair and all of this. Somebody would actually sit his ass down, play that part for him, and he would say, no, that's not me. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. I wouldn't doubt it for a millisecond. Okay, well, that's it. That's all, people. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And like I said, if you did see When They See Us, let me know how you felt about it. And we'll have a little mini discussion. Okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye now.